back to Daedalus. Well, kind of Daedalus. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you around a little bit. My name is War. So, we're going to build a blaze farm today, and here we are in my testing world, where I got this design from Mumbo Jumbo. I'll try and link him down in the description if I get a moment to do so. We're going to take a look. There's some small changes that I make. I don't use the pistons, and I use a little bit less glass. And I had to do a couple small changes to the redstone work with this project to make it work for Pocket Edition. It wasn't huge, but it was a little bit. But it'll have lava lighting to turn it off. It's a natural funnel, so we just funnel them down without using any pistons. It seems to work better for me. If I use the pistons, which I did in another world, the blaze will get caught in the piston and dragged into the wall, and then they suffocate and die, never coming down to the kill floor, which is unfortunate because we want to kill them. But it's a pretty simple process. We're gonna build the funnel, and then come back in and show you guys how to place down the redstone. So for building the funnel, we're going to do a little bit of a time lapse with a little bit of music that I found out and about. So I will see you guys here in a little bit. I hope you enjoy the music and me digging around. I'll be back in a moment. Thanks. Here we are, back again. So, I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, kind of give you an idea of how I went about building the funnel. So now we need to work on the redstone part. As you can see, I already built the kill floor. I went through a couple different designs. Build a wall, tear it down, build a different wall, tear it down. And this is what I came up with that I ended up liking, so this is what I'm going to keep. Glowstone up in some of the corners, multi-layered roof. So the bone blocks, black concrete, glass, lava, and quartz slabs for the ceiling. So now, this is where they come down at. And this is the pinnacle of the funnel. It'll all come down. And so that will be our killing area. So we're going to need some redstone because we don't want to sit here and beat on them for 5 minutes before they die. We want to one-hit kill them. So we're going to need a 15-second crusher, and we're also going to need a flow stop to stop the blaze from going up or down. That way the crusher holds them in spot and almost kills them, because we want to do the killing to get the experience. If the crusher kills them, then we don't get any experience for it. We do get drops, but not experience. So while I'm laying out some of this redstone, I want to talk about the process it takes to do redstone. Sometimes it's really easy to do redstone, very simple circuits. Like this crusher is not very difficult. I did take this design from Mumbo Jumbo, so I didn't have to do a ton of work. I just had to make a couple small tweaks to the redstone because redstone works a little different in PE than it does in PC. But the process to do redstone is a thinking process, and sometimes you have to think outside of the box because you don't want your redstone circuits to cross, or you need them to do this first and then that. So it becomes a little confusing at times. And unfortunately, we don't have an MCPE Mumbo Jumbo YouTuber that does a bunch of redstone work. We might have a redstone guy out there, but I haven't found him. Because there are some things that redstone just works so much differently in the Pocket Edition than it does in the other editions. So as you can see, we need a pulse extender. Now, the names of some of these circuits, I don't know them all. I happen to know that this is going to be a pulse extender because we want to extend this pulse to last for approximately 15 to 16 seconds to drop our blaze down to the optimal health to destroy them. But I don't know. Excuse me. I watch Mumbo and he talks about a monostable circuit and all those other things, and I don't know what half of those mean. I can watch his videos over and over and over and over again, and I still don't quite understand them. So, when I do redstone, I just jump in, start throwing stuff around, seeing what works, seeing how to delay what I need to delay, or how to make this piston extend before that, or make it retract before this happens so that things work. I remember my first piston door, hidden piston door. I was so excited. I had it working in a creative world, and I jumped on the realm that I was playing on at the time, built it up, and it didn't work. I couldn't figure out why. So then I had to call DJ over, who I haven't heard from him in a long time. And he was a good player. He was very hardcore, no cheating. He wouldn't even play on the same world with you if he found out you were cheating. He was one of them no chances kind of guy. So, but he came over and we looked at the circuit and we worked out the way to make it work properly so that the door would have been hidden when it was closed. Hiding the button is a whole nother issue. I'm not really good at secret hidden buttons and stuff like that. So I've built this particular circuit 2 other times with fairly good success. But I'm still having trouble remembering where stuff goes. So while I work this out, Code Crafted is the texture pack that I'm using. It's also the texture pack that Mumbo uses. Now I don't know if the PC version of that texture pack is the same as the PE texture pack of that, but it's pretty close. Like, I really like the solid redstone lines. I'm not a big fan of the textures for the actual comparators and repeaters. I'm also not a big fan of the wool texture. I do like the redstone lamp texture, but it's one that I think you kind of have to get used to. But the glass texture is perfect, and the redstone texture is awesome. So, what we got going on here, I believe, is button, dust, repeater. Let's see, we got it to work, yeah. Yeah, so we got button, dust, repeater, dust, comparator, block, dust, comparator, block, piston, and then the third line is dust, repeater, set to 4 ticks, block, repeater, both set to 4 ticks, block, to give us the long pulse length on this crusher. So it's fairly simple. Now, a more complicated thing is that we have to run another line of redstone to operate the flow stopping device, because we don't want mobs to go up or mobs to go down. And it seems like in PE, whether the blaze see you or not, they are already aggroed, so they're always floating. They don't ever really fall. Which makes me think that the next blaze farm I'm going to make is going to have to be my own design, because I don't think I've ever seen one where the blaze are made to go up instead of down. And I think maybe a funnel going upward would be more productive than a funnel going downward. Efficiency wise, like, I think it might be faster. And I'm going to try that out in a test world one of these days here. And maybe with the blaze spawner that's like 30 something blocks away from here. It's not very far. It created a lot of lag while I was working on this one until I went and found it and disabled it, and then it still spawned him, and Snap-Off went over there and found it and used glowstone to try and disable it. So I think it's pretty much as close to disabled as possible right now, even though I think it might be spawning 1 or 2 every once in a while. But when I was working on this originally, I was getting massive lag spikes. So we're gonna run. No, we don't want this to interfere with the crusher, so we need it to. And look at that, I can't even place blocks properly for redstone because you can't put it on a bottom spot half slab. Oh well. So with this particular line of redstone, we just want it to not interfere, and so redstone doesn't power blocks unless it's on the block. So that should be good. That shouldn't power the crushing piston while it's activated. And that was a really simple line. There's no repeaters, no anything. Just lever, dust, up to your stop piston. Flawlessly works perfect. Oh yeah. And now it has to be a transparent block, otherwise you will crush and kill your blaze. Because that's not set on a timer, that's on a lever that you have to manually turn off. As you can see, we get a good pulse length on the crushing piston, which is exactly what we want. Now that the actual killing mechanisms are in place, we're going to need an on and off switch, because you don't want this spawner spawning like crazy just when you're in the area. You want to be able to turn it off and turn it back on so that we can mitigate mob count on the realm to create less lag. So what we're going to need to do is put it in 4 dispensers, a torch tower, and get some lava buckets. And the torch tower is going to go right about here with an on and off switch down at the bottom. So let me build on some of this torch tower, run a quick little song for you guys, and then I'll be back right after that so that I can show you what we did. So as you can see in the video, I trial and errored this until I got it to work properly. With my current redstone knowledge, I'm not the greatest, but I can get by. So I just ran a simple line, dropped it down, ran a repeater into the block to power the block, redstone torch on top to turn it off and on. So now we've got to go up here and look and see if we have working lava flow. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we need to... The lava is going to come down, and if we don't have something to hold the lava into place, we will have a huge mess coming out the bottom of our Blaze XP farm. So this is a very important step that I forgot to do during the building process. We're going to use slabs in hopes that the blaze don't get stuck behind the slabs in those corners when the device is, or when the farm is set to run. Our hopes is that they will float over the slabs easier than they would float over a full block space. As you can see, you can look in here, and this is just a basic funnel, 2 funnel blaze down into the 1 block hole. We don't want any extra blocks in here, so we'll just break them and leave them, let them despawn. Yeah, so I'm going to swing out of here and come back with the finished project because I'm sure this is going to take quite a while and we're already cutting it kind of a long video. So here we are. Buttons are all in place. I've moved them around a little bit. I got a couple more blocks to place in. As you can see, the nether staircase is gone. We have blaze in here. Now up in the top right hand corner, I'm going to throw up the video of me clearing out the blocks that I placed around the blaze spawner so that we could work on it. It was quite an interesting project to do that. Go in there, clear out blocks, blaze are spawning. It was a lava-y mess. I also drank fire resistance potions so that the lava wouldn't hurt me. And I was also in hopes that the blaze wouldn't be able to blow me to smithereens like the other episode where I got one shot by a blaze. Which was no fun, let me tell you. So here we are. I've labeled everything in hopes that I labeled it well enough that somebody coming in would know how to use it. It is a little bit laggy down here. I'm not sure if it's caused by the lava flow, because it's not a straight lava pool. I wanted to have the flow into the middle. Or if it's a mob count issue. But the lag when you come down here, it's crazy. I did the entrance. I really kind of want to do an elevator at a later point in time, but right now I didn't have enough stuff to do a proper elevator, and I'd have to do a lot of research on what kind of elevators work in PE. So we did a slime drop and a ladder and a fairly simple entrance with a iron door and a button, stone button, because you don't want a wood button. The wood buttons burn up very easily. But we don't want mobs coming in and out while you're going up and down. We don't want any surprises while we're down there. And with the all glass floor, nothing should... Look at this, an invisible door. Love it. Minecraft, Pocket Edition, weird things. But with the, like I was saying, with the glass floor, nothing should be able to spawn down there, so we shouldn't have any problems with that. Now also at a later time, I want to drop a hopper system in underneath of where the blaze dies so we can funnel blaze rods for if I just come down here for XP. I don't really need blaze rods. I don't want to have to collect them if I don't want to, but I want to still be able to collect them. And we're also going to need to put in a small area to hold harming potions, or yeah, I think it's harming potions that we use to kill blaze. So when you get a big group of them down here, you can crush them, step back, throw the potion, they all die, you collect a bunch of XP, then you do the process over. So basically what you gotta do is you gotta open the stop, and you have to wait for the blaze to spawn and slowly accumulate in that spot, which is a little bit difficult because they're on fire, they are aggroed, even though they haven't seen me yet. So they float. So sometimes some of them will float back out. That's what the stop is mostly used for. We want to stop the flow. So we let them drop in there. And then we stop it, and then we crush them. Maybe we can get a couple of them to get in there. As you can see up top there on the upper right hand side of the screen, I'm fighting off blazes because they've escaped. I have to have a doorway to get in there to clear out those blocks, and I didn't. So also, I put a portal right outside the entrance to this door. It popped up in a cave. I blocked off a room. I lit it up, and I placed a bed, and I slept there. In case that I did die, I didn't want to have to run all the way back from my base to here. So I just have a portal with a room and a bed. I will remove that one once the blaze farm is done, but that's how it is for right now. And we seem to be having trouble accumulating blaze. So let's just stop the flow, hit the crush button. Now we want these guys to be a one-hit punch. We don't want to stand here and have to hit them multiple times. We just want to be able to swing and die. They don't have armor, so we don't have to... Well, he wasn't supposed to die. They don't have armor, so we don't have to worry about them having extra health or any kind of protection. And this guy didn't even get crushed. What did I do wrong? Alright. Well, I just lost 2 quartz slabs. Maybe we should just try and punch them without the slabs. Okay, nothing's flowing in. As you can see, there was a little bit of smoke up there. There we go. We got us a little collection of them now. Let's crush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I might have counted a little slow. Pretty sure it's about a 15-second count, though. Look at that. 1 hit, they die. 1 hit, they die. 1 hit, they die. And we're experiencing a little bit of lag, so we're seeing a little bit of a hit them, then they, a couple seconds later, drop. But as you can see, my experience bar is moving up fairly quickly, because blaze give much better experience than overworld mobs. And that is one of the reasons why I prefer a blaze spawner farm rather than a skeleton farm. Although skeleton farms do produce lots of bones and arrows and bows, which are items that you really need in your game. Whereas blaze rods really only provide fuel for your furnaces. And they smelt 10 items per blaze rod. But if you use this for an XP farm, you'll have an unlimited fuel source. You can save your coal for trading with villagers, or black coal blocks that you can use for building. I mean, it's a very cool textured block to use. That's it for today. Blaze Farm's complete. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me some ideas on maybe if you want me to do a creative tutorial on this maybe next time. Well, this is Warbringer, and you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time here at Daedalus.